Hello and welcome. My name's Peace Mitchell and I'm co-founder of Women Changing the World Press. Before we begin, I would like to pay my respects to the traditional owners of the land that I live and work on, the people of Mamu country in North Queensland. And I'd also like to pay my respects and acknowledge the traditional owners and elders past and present right across Australia and the Torres Strait. Well, I'm excited to be celebrating the launch of our latest book, Dreams and Determination. And here to help me celebrate today is one of my fabulous co-authors, Sarah. Sarah, please join me on stage.
Hi, Peace.
Well, it's great to have you here, Sarah. Now, for people who haven't met you before, I would love you to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about you and the work you do.
All right, so I'm Sarah, and I'm from the Central Coast, and I've got two beautiful daughters, and I am the owner and founder of disability services on the Central Coast, and we have day programs and services that run from here, and we've stretched out now to Newcastle and Hunter region, so it's forever growing, and yeah.
Amazing, amazing. You've created such an incredible business, Sarah. Now, your chapter in Dreams and Determination is called The Dream You Work For. When the vision evolves, so does the reward. Can you tell us why you chose this title for your chapter?
I suppose because it was a part of a growth and a new vision, a new purpose, and it's been a journey, as you know. And I think when I've realised that you've got a dream, but it's forever changing and it does evolve and there's moving parts to it, and sometimes you can get stuck on, well, that's my dream, and it's not working. But yeah, the more that you evolve with it and grow with it and you go with all the ups and downs, and it actually becomes quite a beautiful project, and it just grows with itself, but you grow with it and you change with it. So that's why I picked the title for that chapter.
I love that so much. And your vision has evolved and grown over time. What have you had to let go of in order to grow your vision into something new?
I've had to let go of a lot of moving parts, and a lot was to do with myself as well, and growing within and becoming aware of who I was and what I wanted in life, and not getting bogged down with all the day-to-day business stresses, because sometimes it can get quite overwhelming and tiring, and juggling and being a mum and just society in itself and bills and taxes. And so I had to let go of a lot of that worry and just put that faith in that what I was doing was the right vision and the right purpose, but I had the right people in the right seats and in the right places to make that dream grow and evolve, not get so fixed on and just comfortable. It was comfortable with making change, because without the change we didn't grow, and we were just stuck in the mud. So yeah, that's where there's been a lot of growing and a lot of self-reflection and changes within the whole dynamics.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. In your chapter, you say that you don't rise alone. Can you tell us a bit about what this means to you and, your story?
Yeah, so that goes back to making sure you've got I always say to these guys, I've said it's like baking a cake. You got to have all the right ingredients, the right tools, and the right baker. So I said I'm the baker, but everyone brings something to the mix, and that's what creates. And then we rise together because we've all got something to bring. We've all got a story, which then comes into that drive and that motivation and that purpose of why we're all getting up every day and coming here and doing what we do, because it's not always easy. There's hard times and there's good times. So, and that's where I don't rise alone. There was a lot of time there where I felt very alone, and that I had the weight of the whole world on my shoulders, and you get dumb down into that mindset. So, but you lighten the load and you rise a lot better, and it's more rewarding as well. So, and that, yeah, and when you realise you're not alone and there's people here that want to be a part of that dream and that vision and make it happen.
Yeah, I love that. You talk a lot about being Phoenix strong. Can you tell us what this means?
So yeah, well, the Phoenix was brought to me when I was basically in a really, really low place in my life and had to rebuild and start again. And that's where this was quite fitting, this book, because I thought I had it all, and I thought that was the dream, and I thought once it was gone, it was all over and doom and gloom. And then when a really good mentor, and he's been my business co, and he came in with the Phoenix as the logo and the name of the new business, and he said, get up, Miss Macrae, stop crying. He said, because that's not going to get us anywhere, and while you're down there crying, they're wondering where you are. There's a bigger dream out there, bigger team. And he goes, and Phoenix strong. He said, you rise, and you're better. So then we've kind of brought that into a mantra now at work and with all our clients, and that is that, yeah, you're Phoenix strong. You're born to rise and you're built to lead. So, and you're going to get knockdowns, and it's not easy. That's just the race. That's life. So it's having the right people, the right tools around you, and not giving up. And so yeah, that's where our Phoenix rising comes from, and Phoenix strong.
I love that so much. The concept of leadership in this story is deeply human. It's really built on presence and heart and advocacy. How do you define leadership, and has that definition changed for you over time?
Yeah, it has. I was leading at the start. I thought it was like mothering, I suppose, like you do everything around the house and you keep everything in order. And I thought, well, that's what a leader is and a boss. It's my role. That's my job. But then I realised that I wasn't really giving back all the tools or leading in a way that of building up my team, and even the clients that are involved. And a part of our programs is that how can I lighten my load and share it, but also build their skills up and tap into things that's going to help them grow and be better. So that's where my leadership role changed a lot. And then being authentic, I've always been strong on that. Coming from government, working since I was 18, and the large resis, you didn't get much authenticity or realness. It was a real boss world back then, and you're the worker and I'm the boss. So yeah, now it's like a real team collaboration, and I am the leader and I lead, but it's also shared, and we're all leaders because we're all here for the people. So, and that's where the leadership, I feel, has changed, and having that trust with your team, that your team knows they can trust you and you can trust your team, I found was a big one. And yeah, just staying true to who you are, but also keeping boundaries in place and making sure the cogs are turning, and you can't always keep everyone happy. And that's where I felt like I fell down in leadership, because I was always just putting out spot fires, micromanaging, and trying to keep the peace. When I wasn't leading at all. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that, how much your leadership has evolved and giving people those skills and ownership. But being a leader of such a big organization, plus also being a mum to two kids, it's a lot. And you do talk about in your chapter about struggling with taking time out for yourself. Can you tell us a bit about how you balance time for you after yourself?
Yeah. Look, it's a working project, but it's something that I did. I had burnout. It took me to really burn out and realize that there was nothing left in the tank, and then I wasn't good to anybody. and I felt like I lost my fire, my drive. I was like, what am I doing this for? And it was a really foreign place to be. And so then I really realised that I hadn't given myself time at all for like nearly, it's only been this last year that I've actually started making time and trying to be present. And it's still hard because I've got that ADHD neurospicy brain that I just got to do it and keep going. But I have to be really present and pull myself in and go, no, it's time now to be a mum or a partner, and just really make that room for that, because I'd gone over a year and a half since I'd seen really close friends or hadn't been out with my mum, and you don't get time back. And it was one thing I said when I first started this new venture, is that I'm not going to be all consumed. I'm going to have time for my family, time for me. And before I knew it, 2.5 years had passed and I hadn't done that. So that's this year, is that, and work's work, and I do walk out, and it can be done by others, and, it doesn't have to all be done today, and just be present a lot more and make time for me. So I will go nick off and go hiding for the day and get a massage and just give me some fuel in the tank, because that's what I need to do to be present, to turn up and show up every day for everyone, and especially my daughter, being neurodivergent and challenging behaviours, and it's quite exhausting in itself without even work. So I've really made that my main aim and game this year, because if I look after that and protect that and show up for me, then I can show up for everyone and give my everything. So within its not all of me. So within its limits. I lost the words there, but so.
Yes, I love that. And I think that's great advice for all of us, to make sure that we do have that time for ourselves, for our family, and just time to do nothing as well is really important.
Just nothing. But when was the last time I doom scrolled? Or did a bit of cheap junk shopping, like I just laid in bed with Mace till 11 o'clock on a Saturday instead of up. So, but you live and you learn, and sometimes I do learn the hard way, I've found in life. So it did take a big burnout, but I've made the most of it and turned it into a positive. And so that's my big thing this year. So that's why it was very fitting. It was really good to be able to write the chapter, to then reflect and look back and go, well done, pat on the back, and give myself recognition too. I was my biggest critic and doubter, and I had to give my inner voice a name. Because I started doing some mentorship too, and that's some time for me. It wasn't business mentorship, it was all within, spiritual and about my time. So and it's been good. Feel really good, comfortable.
Oh, I love that so much. And I think that our readers are going to really love your chapter as well. So many valuable lessons in there about the importance of taking time to look after yourself before you look after everybody else. So,
it's too easily done. Too easily done. So,
So thank you so much for your chapter in Dreams and Determination. And thank you for being here and chatting with me today. I've really enjoyed our conversation.
Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you, Peace. See you in a couple of weeks. Bye.
And thank you to everybody for tuning in today. You can grab your copy of Dreams and Determination at wcwpress.com. All right, we will see you again next time. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks so much again, Sarah. Bye for now.
Thanks. Bye.